What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Shawn Michaels in a heated argument backstage about race, fans start a petition to stop Charlotte Flair, Matt Riddle says he might have disrespected Vince, Paige shoots on the women's tag titles, and a new match announced for Dynamite. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But now let's hit the intro because it's now time for the news. Now our first story looks at Shawn Michaels being in a heated argument backstage about race. Yeah, NXT TakeOver in your house was explosive, but things exploded behind the scenes even before the pay-per-view had started, as Shawn Michaels was involved in a heated argument. According to Fightful Select, Shawn Michaels was involved in a heated discussion with a backstage producer regarding the current protests surrounding racial injustice and the Black Lives Matter movement. Fightful reported the said producer stated everyone already gets treated the same, which made Michaels irate. Michaels went on to explain inequality and systemic prejudice, which caused the discussion to become very heated. Now, the name of the producer was not disclosed, but many wrestlers who were there in attendance, possibly even the NXT crowd, believed Michaels handled the situation professionally and continued to work with the producer as normal. Now, this argument may have come after Triple H spoke to the entire NXT locker room about the current situation before NXT TakeOver and delivered a poignant and emotional speech about equality and how the locker room should be treated the same regardless of race, religion, language, culture, or orientation. Yes, people have different views at the end of the day, but at least Michaels handled it in a professional manner. Next up, Matt Riddle says he might have disrespected Vince. Now, the newest addition to the SmackDown roster is former NXT Tag Champion Matt Riddle, who, as of this moment, hasn't made many friends in WWE. No, in fact, he's already made two enemies already, that being Goldberg and Brock Lesnar due to his comments on social media calling them out. Goldberg for being too sloppy in the ring, and Brock Lesnar because, well, he wants to retire him. Now, one of Vince McMahon's current no-nos is going into business for yourself and creating feuds on social media, even though nothing is planned to happen on WWE television. However, in an interview with the Hindustan Times, he mentioned that Vince might have found his actions to be disrespectful. I think they take my demeanor and my mindset or how I look at things as disrespect. I think even Vince might have taken it as me being disrespectful. When I talked to Goldberg, I told him I wasn't being disrespectful, I was just telling the truth and me being honest. Now obviously Vince hasn't taken too much offense since Riddle has been promoted to the blue brand. Next up, fans start a petition to stop Charlotte Flair. Now it's no secret that Charlotte Flair has been one of the most overpushed wrestlers in the women's division today. She's won countless championships across all three brands and fans believe that she's been overexposed on WWE television by appearing on all three shows in 1 week. In fact, fans have had enough of her and her title reign so much that they've started an official petition on change.org to put a stop to this. Yes, it's as ridiculous as it sounds. However, the petition, which only started a few hours ago, already has 201 plus signatures. Now, WWE will never take any notice of this, even if it got 10,000 signatures. But would you sign? Next up, Paige shoots on the women's tag titles, saying that they've been thrown under the rug. Now, the women's tag team division isn't exactly an extensive one. In fact, the whole division is competing in a single match at Backlash this Sunday with the titles on the line. Considering the lack of exposure ever since they debuted at last year's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, many fans and Paige feel that the WWE have not given the belts the same treatment as others. Speaking on WWE Backstage, she mentioned, "I just feel like the tag team championship hasn't been utilized to their full potential considering everyone that's had them. I feel like they're not being defended. I don't think they've been used right. They've kind of been thrown under the rug. They're not being taken very seriously. I just feel like at some point they have to be taken seriously because this is such a big moment for the women's division to have these tag team titles instead of just having one championship. Well, two in fact. Considering these are the only belts lower than the Raw and SmackDown championship, Paige is absolutely right. WWE has literally done nothing with the titles, and when Bayley and Sasha have their eventual split, the division will be withered down to just two teams. WWE need to bring some call-ups up to the main roster, or have the tag team title holders wrestle occasionally on NXT. And finally, a new match has been announced for Dynamite. AEW President Tony Khan has announced another match for Dynamite tonight, with Nyla Rose teaming up with Penelope Ford to take on AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. In addition, the show will also feature FTR making their in-ring debut against the Butcher and the Blade, AEW TNT champion Cody Rhodes defends against Mark Quinn, Colt Cabana vs Sammy Guevara, Jack Hager, Santana and Ortiz vs Orange Cassidy and Best Friends, and if that's not enough, Chris Jericho will be back on commentary. Are you guys planning on watching tonight? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.